Welcome. You're listening to the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast, a podcast production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. Thanks for joining us.
And welcome back to another episode of Keeping Ashland Healthy. This is David Ross with the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. Flying solo today. No Dr. Ashley in the house. Bear with me, audience. I'll do my best. This month, June 2025, I wanted to shine a spotlight on Elder Empowerment Month. This is something the board has been involved with our partners for about a decade now. We started the conversation around World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and that is something that we wanted to draw attention to, but our Older Adults Behavioral Health Coalition in Ashland County said, you know what, we need to do more than just bring attention to elder abuse. So we built a whole month, and we put more of a positive spin around empowerment because we feel strongly that empowering our seniors, just like other age groups, is incredibly important for everyone's mental and emotional health. So it has become June Elder Empowerment Month. So June 2025 is no exception. Dr. Ashley, my partner here at the board, has done a fabulous job pulling together a calendar of events for the entire month of June. That's available at our website, ashlandmhrb.org. Go there and you can download that and see that. But there is something going on in the county at different agencies throughout the month. And we really want folks to take advantage of as many of those opportunities. I think all of them are at no cost. So please take advantage of these opportunities to learn more about how you can, if you're a senior yourself, how you can be involved with empowerment activities. If you know somebody who is 60 or up, which is kind of technically the definition of a senior. Some of the audience may not agree. And as I get closer and closer to that category, I think maybe we should push it up. Maybe 60 is the new 30. I've heard that said. Don't know if that's true. But if you know someone who maybe is a senior, maybe help them, go with them, make them aware of some of these events. Again, I can't get to them all on the calendar, but there are a lot of fun things, whether we're talking about a magician at the Memorial Band Shell, Myers Memorial Band Shell on the 13th and the 15th of June. That's exciting. Live music at South Street Grill on the 16th. All our Golden Centers throughout the county are having special speakers that we believe audiences would be interested in. Our Golden Center programs are spread out throughout the counties, whether it's at Brethren Care or down in Loudonville or in Hayesville. They're just all over the place. Mill Run has one as well. There's a vintage truck reunion at the fairgrounds on the 27th. Again, all sorts of events that we wanted to draw your attention to. And just, again, a shout out to our partners, Council on Aging, Catholic Charities, Appleseed, Acada, all these different partners that we have that are part of the Older Adults Coalition. We really appreciate them partnering with us for Elder Empowerment Month. But I do want to draw attention to June 15th because that is actually technically the World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. And I just wanted to spend a little bit of time about what's often called elder abuse. So I'll circle back to this, but I want you to have the number at least a couple times. Locally, we do have an anonymous hotline to report suspected abuse, neglect, and exploitation of a senior. And again, 60 and over, 419-282-5000. That's 419-282-5000. And that's our local reporting hotline, anonymous. And again, as I always tell folks when they call me at the office, if in doubt, report. Let the experts figure out whether this is something that needs to be investigated or not. But if you're at all concerned, just call. It doesn't do any harm if you're wrong. The individual, will explain that to you, but allow the experts that work in this field on a daily basis to sort that out. Don't worry. If you're concerned, don't hesitate. I just encourage you to call that number. But again, to maybe help you in that process, there are several great resources out there I wanted to bring your attention to. One from the National Center on Elder Abuse says 5 things anyone can do to prevent elder abuse. And again, these are 5 easy things. So this month, maybe make it a point to learn these things, learn the signs, and I'm going to go over those. Prevent isolation, call or visit loved ones and ask how they are doing on a regular basis. And boy, oh boy, did we see this emerge during the pandemic. We noticed a lot of our seniors were isolating. As you might recall, during the pandemic, we knew that our seniors were overrepresented in terms of being at risk for the virus. So there was a lot of isolation of seniors and all of us really, but particularly our seniors during that time. And that really had deleterious effects on our seniors, the fact that they were isolated and not connecting. So we've been trying steadily since then, since we became aware of that, is to prevent isolation for all of this. This is good advice, but particularly with our seniors. So make sure you're reaching out and connecting with them. Talk to friends and family members about how we can all age well and reduce abuse with programs and services through law enforcement. There's a Seniors and Law Enforcement Together meeting today. I'm recording on a Thursday, and that occurs the first Thursday of the month. Our SALT meetings over at the Sheriff's Annex. Those are wonderful ways that we partner with law enforcement. Community centers, like I mentioned, Council on Aging and the CROC and other organizations that are supportive. Sign up to be a friendly visitor to an older person in some communities that have that program. So if that's something you're interested in, I would pursue that. We have something called a Pen Pal program where we match our seniors with at-risk youth in some of our schools, and they exchange letters. If you're interested in being a pen pal, whether you're a senior or not, I would encourage you to get a hold of Denise Conrad at Catholic Charities, and she would be very grateful and help you get matched with some pen pals. And then, I think it's important that you know some of the signs of elder abuse. And I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, but these are, again, basic things that should make you possibly call that number. These are things, if you see them, and the more you see of these things, the more suspicious you should be, the more likely you should take action. So I'll go through this list fairly quickly. But again, the more you see of any of these signs, and there's physical, emotional, behavioral, and financial signs, the more you see of these, the more likely it is that the senior might be being abused or exploited in some way, and you might want to get involved and call the number. Physical signs, dehydration, unusual weight loss. If you notice that the senior's missing their daily living aids, like they don't seem to know where their glasses are at, or their walker, or their medication. If you notice any unexplained injuries, bruises, cuts, sores, torn, stained, or bloody underclothing, again, all suspicious signs that exploitation and or abuse might be occurring. Unattended medical needs, if they're missing a lot of their appointments that have been scheduled. Any kind of unexplained STDs that you might be aware of. In the emotional behavioral signs category, if you notice any increased fear or anxiety in the senior, and again, where this is unusual, not normal in your relationship with them. If you've noticed a sudden isolation from friends or family, that's a warning sign. Unusual changes in behavior or sleep, or just general withdrawal from normal activities. All of these things, like I said, one or more of these should make you suspicious. You might want to get involved. Talk to the person, call the number, and then finally, financial signs, fraudulent signatures on financial documents, unusual or sudden changes in their spending patterns, unpaid bills. So, particularly when this is out of character for the individual. So if you know that the senior is always up on these things, that they don't spend money in certain ways, and you notice radical changes. All these things should make you suspicious, and I would encourage you then to use the 419-282-5000 number and explain all these things. The nice thing about the number and calling there, you can just explain them. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm not seeing, not hearing. If I'm noticing they're not showing up, they're not taking care of themselves the way they used to, doesn't appear that they're taking their medication or getting to their appointments, just let the the person who answers the phone when you call the 419-282-5000 number, just let them know what your concerns are. Again, as you give them the information, they're the experts. They can sort through that and help you with next steps. But again, the reality is about 1 in 10 Americans 60 and up have experienced abuse. We know that without decent health care and public resources, our population becomes more at risk for abuse as we age. We know that the impact of elder abuse is felt by people of all ages. You can imagine if you find out your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa might be a victim of exploitation or abuse, how that affects the entire family unit and friends. We know that, if a senior is being abused, that it reduces their participation in life in our communities, and we benefit by their participation. So it just creates costs in all different levels that we all want to work together to eliminate as best we can. A few other things before I sign off with Elder Abuse Awareness Month that I wanted you to know about is, podcasting. Obviously, I'm a fan of the podcast. The Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast is one of many, many podcasts that are available to you. But there are a couple podcasts that are actually specifically geared towards our seniors that I don't know if the audience really knows about. So I thought I'd give them a shout out. One is called Aging in Full Bloom with Lisa Stockdale. And that podcast is dedicated exclusively to all forms of wellness as they relate to aging. So Aging in Full Bloom with Lisa Stockdale. And the other one is called Living to 100. The Living to 100 Club is an exciting take on getting older. The Living to 100 Club members turn aging on its head, knowing and understanding age is only a number. So I thought both of these might be worth your time if you know you yourself are a senior, or you know somebody who is a senior and maybe is interested in podcasting. Again, I enjoy podcasting so much because it's so easy. You can listen to it while you're doing other things. You could be outside, inside. You've been walking in one of our wonderful county parks. So I would encourage you, if you're not familiar with those podcasts, to check those out, but also to check out the Elder Empowerment Month calendar that's on the Mental Health and Recovery Board's website. We encourage you to get involved this June with Elder Empowerment Month, and as it makes sense, to call that number, the hotline, the 24/7 anonymous hotline number, in the event that you're concerned that maybe a senior that might be struggling, might be being exploited or abused in some way. So the month of June should be a month where we celebrate our seniors, we support them, we recognize their incredible contributions to our families, to our communities. We should be learning and growing from the advice and the wisdom that they have to share. So let's encourage them, let's help them, let's support them and empower them this month. And I appreciate you all, listeners, for helping me do this month. So until next time, please join me in keeping Ashland healthy.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Keeping Ashland Healthy podcast. The podcast is a production of the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Ashland County, Ohio. You can reach the board by calling 419-281-3139. Please remember that the board funds a local 24/7 crisis line through Appleseed Community Mental Health Center and can be reached by calling 419-289-6111. That's 419-289-6111. Until next time, please join us in keeping Ashland healthy.